Period. Welcome to Georgia State University, celebrated as one of Georgia's most premier untraditional campuses. Once geared to accommodating commuting students, has now been home to house a living environment for approximately 5,000 student residents. Now you can imagine, in order to adequately adhere to such a prodigious population, it takes an apartment whose body and extremities extend from the main campus of the university to the very living quarters of this environment, of the residents in which stay here. So how's it done? 2 words: resident assistant. It is these student employees that stand at the forefront, both as administrators, supervisors, and facilitators of unique programming, adequate counseling, as well as to help mold, shape, and nourish these residents to be lifelong learners and adherent citizens in their environment. So don't get me wrong, the daunting prospect of actually being a supervisor of a hall is something that many applicants go for, approximately 125. But out of those many, the positions fill fast. But as many of those applicants soon realize, training may not always be efficient to the responsibilities and duties that are placed upon them. So walk with me as we begin to navigate the actual responsibilities given to these most invaluable components to university housing, as they begin to master a field of study and of concentration unlike any other, of the resident assistant. Thank you.
For resident assistant, training begins in the wee hours of the morning, extending to the evening hours of the night, for preparation for what often allows an RA to refer solely to his manual. Now, simple things like noise disturbances or activities can always extend past that when you get incidences of vandalism. So many ask, is such exhaustive hours needed for what ends in on-the-site training?
What do you do?
Duty rounds can often be simple. Occasionally you look for fire extinguishers, cracks in the walls, but sometimes some things may be out of the norm or the usual, and it becomes a problem when they become repetitive. So what suggestions can you make in your investigation of such an incident? Over the years, housing has implemented several nuances to its protocol. This year, check for IDs. Now like this young man, residents can be cooperative, but what if they're not? Another facet of housing that may not actually be within our curriculum has been counseling. Now, although there's been many suggestions on to how best prepare a RA for that sudden instance when you have to comfort a resident, sometimes the words don't always come from a book.
What do you say? Thank you for watching. As this film is intended to give an accurate depiction of the responsibilities given by a resident assistant, but I do assert, by no means does this accurately give justice to the wide gamut of incidences and duties that are led by these most invaluable student assistants, which is why this presentation, led by myself, Inherent Livingston, and Eugene Martin, will hopefully give some considerable and credible suggestions and recommendations to build a more efficient, more prudent, and more effective resident assistant.